Alright, we're going to check out this pretty sweet red dot here today by Cvlife. They haven't given it a name yet other than Solar Enclosed, which is more of a description. So, as the name implies, it does have a solar power thing up on there, but it still uses a regular battery too. I think it will let it use in full sun without an installed battery, just off of solar power. I'm going to try to test that out. Don't quote me on that, but we're going to find out. But the main reason for the solar power there is to extend battery life. So it effectively doubles your battery life if you're in full sun conditions. It can give you up to 100,000 hours of battery life on lower settings, which obviously in full sun you're going to use the brighter settings. And like I said, we'll test out whether or not it'll run just off of solar in this full sun today. Big cameo cloth, and there she is there. But so you can see there, it already has a high-rise mount on it. I'm probably just going to be running it in, or on the rifle rather, in this video today. But it also comes with, well, first of all, that's a high-rise mount. They also come with a low-rise Picatinny. I think it would work on Weaver too, potentially, because it's rounded instead of squared. So is this guy here. But it comes with MOS and RMR adapter plate. So you can put it up on your pistol, take this guy off, run the appropriate adapter plate to put it on your pistol if you want to do that. Or it comes with these high-rise and low-rise Picatinny mounts to put it on an AR or a shotgun. Got our tool there. Battery. Comes with 2 batteries. Now it only takes 1, so they nice and send you 2. There's some different screws, hardware that you probably need to mount it up on these different bases. There's some more tools and hardware and a few more screws for you there. And I think that's everything in the box. Stay tuned in the video. I'll do my best to get some images for you guys of the reticle. I honestly can't even remember if it's a fixed reticle or if it's changeable from one to the other. I'll throw it up on the video here. But regardless, I'll get some images of that for you guys. Always difficult to get with the camera. Oh, she's already on there. That's interesting. Let me see if I can shut it off here. Oh, that changes it. So we do have multi-reticles. Again, I'm going to have to take some photos, so obviously it's all out of focus right now, so you guys can see the different reticles. And I probably got to press and hold 2. Oh, it's got some sort of lock stuff. But yeah, solar powered, so it extends the battery life. Again, I will test whether or not it will run just off of solar. And obviously it's enclosed, so you don't have to worry about dirt and grime getting in there and getting on your emitter or anything like that. So. Okay, so I can already confirm she runs off of just solar power. Because you guys seen it kick on when we brought it out of the box. I was like, you know what, there's probably not even a battery in that, because they already gave us 2. And that is the case. You can see it lit up there with no battery in it. And if I cover it here, I'm going to squat down here. Watch this. It goes out and then comes back on. And it's plenty bright. It always looks more dull and dim on camera. It's plenty bright, like freaking daytime bright. We're in full sun here. And again, I'm going to have to get images focused for you guys, but as you can see there, even against a bright white background there, it was plenty bright just off the solar power, so that is awesome. Alright, there she is all mounted up. I got it a little far forward because I'm going to throw a magnifier up on here probably. And I'm still just running off of solar power. And she is, there it is, stinking bright. Now again, stay tuned. I'll get some images for you guys, what that looks like, get you a better idea. But yeah, in this full sun, and you know, I was curious about this. Let's see, can I, hang on, I gotta get the camera in the right spot. Turn the brightness down when it's running just off of solar. Yeah. So it goes super freaking bright. Full sun, it's plenty bright enough to see in full sun, but what I noticed is even back here, if I put it under this shadow, you know, or under shade here, it's still illuminated bright enough. It's not quite as bright, but just from the non-direct light, you know, just the surrounding light, whatever the proper terminology is for that, again, no battery, it's still plenty daytime bright, although it is about half the brightness of what it is sitting out there with the direct sunlight. So that's crazy. As long as it's daytime, you're going to be able to run that without a battery. That's crazy. But we'll go ahead and get started here. Probably going to start out center mass on this guy. There's obviously some holes, but we should be alright tracing it. If it's not on paper yet, I'll pick some debris to shoot down there to get it close. So we'll get a 50-yard zero on her there. And then I have a 16-inch gong out there, 300 yards. We'll hit that guy too. We are aiming at this little speck of orange right here to see where we're impacting. Man, we can't see anything in the shadows here. So it looked like we were a tad low if I'm remembering correctly, but definitely considerably off to the right there. Don't know how much you guys can hear in this wind. See if this is audible. Okay, so I do not hear any clicks, but it's a nice clunk, 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 clunk. So very positive feedback, but not audible. So we were right. Need to go left. Oh, that one's giving me some clicks, like barely. Don't know if you can hear it. It's like very, very, very subtle. Yeah, this one's not. Anyways, let's see where that gets us. See if we're on paper. I feel like I might need more clicks to the right. No, wait. Did we go the wrong way? Let me shoot at that orange thing again real quick. I know it was off to the right, but I can't remember now if I clicked it left or not like I was supposed to. Right, but this would be a good, perfect time for me to try out their laser boresighter here. So let me pop this guy out here and give that a shot. So there's that guy there. She's not super bright, so it's better to do it in overcast conditions, but I think we might still be able to see it down there at 50. And comes in a little case there. It's got 2 sets of batteries, so it takes 3, so they give you a set of backup. But obviously you can see the laser there, so going to carefully manually insert it into the chamber and then close the bolt on it. Alright, like I said, overcast is going to be far better, but I'm pointing it at that tree there in the shadows, which that tree is probably about, I don't know, 35 yards, maybe 40. And this will work a lot better with a scope. But you can see it on the tree right there, center of my screen. So if I had a scope where I could zoom in like what we just did there, I could see it. But back here, yeah, I can't see it. So the reason I had it pointed at the tree over there is for some reason on this target, this is a shoot and see target, so the stuff scratches off when the bullet hits. So it makes a nice yellow ring so you can see it. Well, apparently it is non-reflective. As soon as the laser hits it, it disappears. So you're going to want to use like a regular paper target or a piece of cardboard or something like that. Start out close range, like 20-25 yards, and then you just move your crosshairs if you're using a scope or red dot over to where the laser is pointing on the paper or target, and then that's going to get you pretty close. These things are just to get you close to zero, not for a finalized zero. So once you do that, honestly, if you do it at 25 yards, you should be good to go. Then you'll finalize your zero at further distance for whatever range you want to zero it. Plus, it might be off a little bit. They just get you close so that you don't waste ammo trying to get it on paper. So I lined my red dot up with the laser at 25 yards, and now we're going to take 2 shots at that bottom dot there. Anyways, there'll be a link in the description for that if you want to check it out. Okay, well, I just found out why. I don't know how much I got in the video, but I've been struggling to get this thing zeroed. And, well, I just found out why. And so, let this be a prime example that I am always honest in my videos. So, these are labeled backwards or working backwards. It's supposed to be, I mean, we'll check the instructions, but it's always been, if you need your bullet impact higher, then you turn it the direction it says to turn for up. Same thing on windage. If you need your bullet impact to go further right on your target, then you crank it in the direction that it says R for right there. These are backwards from that. Okay, right there it is. So I've never had this before. I'm even on their pistol optic, if I remember correctly, that worked in the appropriate directions, but it literally says right there it's actually going to be backwards of what the direction says on the optic. It says right there, if you want to go up, if you turn it up, it's actually going to make your point of aim go down. If you turn it right, it's actually going to make your point of impact go left. So that's very interesting. That's backwards of what tradition is. So not only does it actually work, but it works as they say it will. It's just backwards from what I'm used to. Strange. Alright, now I just got to remember that, and we'll try to get this finalized. So, alright, let's say we go ahead and reach out there 300 yards. Right there, center of your screen, 16-inch gong, 300 yards. See if I can do it without a magnifier on the back. And remember, this is not perfectly zeroed, plus it's windy out there. We only zeroed for 25. I really needed to finalize at 50 or 100, but take some shots at this, see where we need to go, and I'll adjust my aim accordingly. Just high, and that's what I thought. The bullets are actually landing about right where I was aiming, which again proves why you need to zero further out than 25 yards. So with that 25 yard zero we had there, practically touching that little red dot I was aiming at, it's actually dead on at 300, which means, you know, 200 yards it's going to be high, 100 yards it would be high, etc. So I should actually be able to aim pretty much right at it then. So here we go. Alright, I got a little overzealous there, but yeah, it's actually high. I aimed right at it on the first shot, and I think it went high still, so I started aiming below it, but I think some of them went low, so I brought it up just a little there. Got those last few impacts, so I had to hold it at the bottom of the plate. But anyways, we'll get some zoomed out now, and then obviously, clearly, I did not need to use a magnifier for that, which is crazy. Super fine little crisp dot on that guy. Turn the brightness down some, and probably dang near the finest, if not the finest, smallest little red dot I've ever seen out there. 300 yards. And again, that's just running off of solar power, but off of solar, even without a battery in there, you can adjust the brightness. So the sun's giving me way more power than I need. I'd turn the brightness down to make the dot, you know, not so overly bright so I can see it against that target well. But let me load back up here, take some zoomed out for you, and yeah, I can make 500 yard shots with a magnifier on there, no problem. I'm struggling with my eyes to see that, plus it blends in. I mean, can you see it right now? Probably not. It's real tiny out there, and it really needs to be painted like. I don't know, it's fluorescent orange or something. It's real hard to see against that dirt when there's full sun on it. Yeah, this thing's sweet. 300-yard shots, no problem without a magnifier up there, which I meant to put their magnifier up there. Gonna have a review on that coming up soon. You know, I might just in the review video have to take this guy even further out with this same optic. So stay tuned for that if you want to see that, and you can catch that in that magnifier video of theirs. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet optic. I've never used a solar powered one before. It's really cool that it works with just the sunlight with no battery in it, so that's greatly extends your battery life, as we said in the beginning of the video. Super fine, crisp little center dot out there, 300 yards, no problem. If only you could see the target better. Like I said, it's kind of like, see how it like blends in with the wood and the dry dirt and all that. So with no magnification, it's difficult to see. That would have been super easy to see with the magnifier back there. And I shoot, I mean, if you guys watch my reviews, I shoot red dots 300 yards like that, no problem all the time. But just with the angle of the sun and everything being dry and whatnot back there and some shadows, it's difficult to see. Can you see it right now? It's kind of hard to see, isn't it?
The majority of my shots were hits, but I'm used to getting 100% hit ratio, which I would have if I could see my target better.
So yeah, I think when we do the review of the magnifier, I'll stretch it out to 400 yards there. Might actually make 400 easier than 300 just was for me. And then of course with this guy, you got the, what is it? It's either dual or triple reticle options there, so you can change your reticle to suit your preference.
All right, so obviously I had to zoom in and all that to get these images. Of course, it looks way better in person than it does through the camera. So there's none of that black haziness around the edges. It's, you know, crystal clear, sharp. You can see edge to edge, no problem. And then also due to the camera trying to capture this image, it's got like a flare around that dot, which you do not see. So that is the target there at about 25-30 yards where I zeroed it for. And then here's the secondary reticle option, which looks way worse through the camera. Those lines are nice and crisp and all that. Again, there's none of the flare around it, and where it looks bright white, that's where it would normally be a bright crisp red. It just looks terrible on camera, so looks far, far better in person. Much more crisp and sharp. And then here's the gong down here at 300 yards. I was having a hard time getting it to focus on that. The dot appears much smaller than the gong, like in this image here. So you see that's we got a way better focus there, so everything's looking better. So it still looks better in person than this, but this right here was a much better image for me. So you can see what I'm talking about. Those previous images were pretty terrible. This is a lot closer to what it looks like in real life, but it still looks better in real life than this. And I mean a lot better as far as the size and clarity of the dot down there. We still got like this black fog around the edge here, which is not present in real life.
Again, shockproof, waterproof, fall-proof, all that. Fully enclosed, so you don't have to worry about dirt and stuff getting in there, which that's kind of the new standard. Guys are wanting these for, you know, battle scenarios, splashing them in mud, dirt, water, all that. You ain't got to worry about it. On the traditional open type, if you get gunk on front of your emitter, you no longer have a dot. So that would put you in a pretty bad situation if it came right down to it. So that's why a lot of people like these enclosed ones there. Auto on, auto off, standby, or manual operation, like I said. But yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. Definitely my favorite optic by Cvlife so far, by a long shot, and one of my top favorites out of all of them that I've ever tried from any company. So I'm definitely digging this thing. Again, link in the description if you want to check it out. Everything else is linked in the description, guys. Shooting bag I use, target stand, targets I use, still targets, safety glasses, earmuffs, rangefinder, way more. All that's linked under the video. And for products I cannot link to, check out my campsite page, which is also under the video. So stay tuned for the review on this magnifier here. This thing's sweet. It's got an adjustable height, which is why I wanted to check it out. And we'll shoot it at least 400 in that video. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to catch you on the next one.